gotta give it to me. A juvenile is a mother.
Motherfucker. 60 minutes of funk or more starting now. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds, motherfuckers. 2 seconds.
What's up? What's happening?
2 seconds. 60 minutes of funk or more starting now.
We about to bring it to you raw. We about to give it to him.
Raw. Raw.
Yeah. What's up, world?
What up, dog?
Finna do something special for y'all.
Oh, you know what it is? 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's going down, man. We got a special treat for y'all.
There we go.
We got a special treat for y'all, man. Welcome to the King Style of the Day podcast.
Whose chain is bigger? Whose chain clang harder?
Yeah. Jangalang, jangalang.
You good over there?
Yes, sir. We are good. We are good, sir. Let's get it.
You good?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Letting y'all into the world, man.
All right.
You tuned in to the King Style of the Day.
What?
Hey. Get him up, get him up. Hey.
You good?
Yes, sir. Show 'em what you got, man. Shout out to Monster Rehab. Hey. Hey. Man, showing y'all how we used to get down. Hey.
What up?
Messing with my nerve, yeah, to the curb, yeah. You see these hoes, yeah, bend it low, yeah. And Jewelry got some more, yeah, I'm about to pole, yeah. They about some shit, yeah, we with the click, yeah. You know we about to hit, yeah, take a trip, yeah. Hey. Breaking it down on the ones and twos. DJ Super Dave.
How long I do? I'm not hearing it. Weird. There we go.
Okay.
You wasn't ready.
Yeah.
You wasn't ready. You wasn't ready.
It's that boy T with the get the gas. Me and King D, yeah, we back in the lab. Ain't gotta catch a cab, yeah, we riding in that luxury. I done told you boys you know better than to fuck with me. Representing that H.
Yeah, my needle stopped working. It's weird.
Great state of Texas. Hey. Big necklace on my neck, yeah, I came to Rick. It's that boy Tony, straight up out that Houston Tech. Send a text to you later, yeah, it's going down. Cause she want the king in her life and I got the crown. Got the beast by the pound. Hey. Riding around town, looking like a G. Everybody know me, yeah, I'm with the King D. Hey. Kings out of the day, we don't play. We coming around your way, we got the answer like Sway. But we know more. It's that boy T Swim, yeah, I got the flow. I got to go, I'm coming through the door. I give you more than you want. Hey, I don't front. You know I like to stunt, cause I'm from the South. Back in the day, I had the diamonds in my mouth. Hey. Welcome to the King Start of the Day, episode 9. Hey. And this is how it goes down. Representing the South, it's that boy King D, yeah, we up in your house. Better watch your girlfriend, cause we up in the mouth. It's that boy, and you know what I'm talking about.
What?
We bringing that drama.
Shout out to Rehab.
Yeah. And you know we acting bad. You know we on your ass.
Acting bad. I'm a little rusty. Yes, I know. I'm a little rusty. Yes, I know. Watch me. Well, one second. How do I do this? Focus ride.
Watch me.
That was me back in the day. Back in the G.
Watch me. Get down.
One second. Well, of course it doesn't want to work. Gotta love it. Of course. Story of my life. Thurman. Really, people? You gotta love it.
What's the deal?
Focus right control. The audio driver doesn't want to work right.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. There we go. Alright, I got it. Get down.
Get down. Get.
Alright. It's been real. Alright, there we go.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm a little rusty, guys. I'm sorry. You know, it's been like 25 years.
Yeah.
So. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
volume level's good. I probably need some adjustment. So, are we good? Are we kind of loud? Or are we not loud enough? Oh, one second.
Man. How I sound?
You're a little distorted. All right. We're gonna pause for the cause. All right. I don't give a fuck.
Everybody's off in their own way.
Yeah. Hold on. And now a word from our sponsor.
This Sports King David Super Show is brought to you in part by Diet Dr. Pepper. When you
Just the Burst Casino. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your money.
Keep talking, Tony.
Thank you. If you ain't shit.
If you ain't driving,
you ain't shit.
You ain't shit, motherfucker. All right. Keep talking.
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome everybody to the show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah. Spread the word. We are on all podcast streaming platforms, man.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
It's the King and I.
King and I. He
Yes,
is
sir.
I and I is him.
Yeah.
Slim with the tilted brim. What's my
motherfucking name?
Tony Dog is what it is. The ball.
Let it get
Into you.
Yeah.
Tony Dog is what it is.
Yep.
T-Dog.
Yeah.
Get it with it. Let me tell you a story. Man. All right, hold on.
You know we keep the stories coming.
Hold on. Here we go. We're going to try this again. Welcome to the Games on today. All right, there we go.
Yes, sir.
Are we good? All right, we're good. We're fantastic. We're fantastimo. Yeah. Stuff is good. We
really good, man.
Fantastic. Man, stuff's good. Dr. Pepper, you're fucking up.
Yeah, my boy D put me on to this,
Shout
man.
out to
Monster Rehab.
Oh, yeah, like for real. Like, yeah, like.
Yeah.
I want to start the show off with like, dude, this stuff is amazing. It's called Monster Rehab Recovery.
Rehab.
And one of my workers actually brought this to my attention because I'm always like dumpy. I'm always having like, I go to work and I work long hours. So a lot of people drink energy drinks, right? And the main thing is what energy drinks is you have the what do you call it? The stalls, right? You have like the
jitters.
Yeah, what does Smokey do? Remember? We was all high on the chicken cool, we was smoking angel dust. So like
it give you the jitters.
Yeah,
Or it make you feel like you got hives on the back of your neck.
Yeah, dude, like for real. So, there's this shit called C4. Okay, that stuff has so much caffeine in it, or I don't know what they have in it, but it's so much that you feel it in your fingertips.
Yeah,
like you feel it. It cannot be healthy. And the first energy drink that I used to drink was what was that? It was a fruity one. What is that shit? You have Monster, you have C4, and they had coffee. It was a coffee. Dude, I know you know this stuff. Fuck me, dude.
I'm familiar with Red Bull. I'm familiar with Bang.
Bang. That's it. It's
Is
Bang.
Is Bang still in business?
Dude, I don't know. But I used to drink the fuck out of Bang. And the thing is like, it really kind of didn't do it. No, I didn't. See, I never really felt the effects of Bang. Now, I could tell you one thing. I definitely feel the effects of fucking C4.
C4, yeah.
Yeah. That shit is just...
That shit works.
It works, but it's too much.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you get the stalls after that, and you start getting the fucking twitches, and then like this can't be healthy. You cannot. It can't be healthy. So let me just kind of talk to you about the ingredients in this, okay?
Yeah.
So in the
why this is a winner?
Yeah. Like for real, this is the winner chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Any rehab style Monster, it's called Recovery. It has a black label on it. It's 25 calories. Okay. There's no sugar. It's not carbonated. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Number one, it's not carbonated. It has advanced hydration, electrolytes, reduced fatigue, increased concentration, vitamins B3, B5, B6, B12, coconut water.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my favorite ingredient right there.
Coconut water right there.
Coconut water.
See, coconut water keeps you from being dehydrated. Okay. If you're ever having the stalls or anything like that, coconut water. And so, I mean, I have nothing but fantastic stuff to say about this, and it tastes good. Yeah. So it's just like 25 calories, no sugar, 3 grams of sugar, and nothing negative to say about it. So, like,
exactly.
In all seriousness, shout out to fucking Monster. Like, for real. Shout out to Monster. Shout out to Monster.
Shout out to Monster. Holla at your boys.
We're actually drinking this shit, man.
Exactly.
It's good.
And we vouch for it.
It's good.
No BS.
It's good.
I got the strawberry lemonade flavor, and it is good, man.
Yeah.
It's doing the job, too, man.
Yeah. It'll definitely wake you up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Monster, like, for real. Like, and it's interesting because I was doing, like, research on Prime.
Yeah.
And it's kind of very similar ingredients on the inside. It's 25 calories, no sugar, or very minimal sugar. Electrolytes, coconut water, this, that, and the other. So energy drinks are definitely kind of taking a step, for being, I guess, a little more healthy.
Healthier. Yeah.
And they ain't going to kill you, I mean, because, if you actually do the homework or the research on fucking, hold on, I got to read. I'm going to pull this up. Hold on. I'm going to put this on your screen. Or let me minimize this so you can actually see what's going on. I believe, check this out.
Let's see.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see the Google screen? All right. Check this out. What was it? Red Bull. Red Bull ingredients. Let's see what we got here. All right. What is it? Carbonated water, sugar, glucose, citrus acid, taurine.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a very interesting fucking ingredient. Yeah. Hold on. Because from what I've heard, is taurine made from bull testicles? Right?
That was the rumor about Red Bull. It came from bull testicles.
Yeah, so hold on. So they're saying it's taurine made from bull testicles. It says, no, the taurine in Red Bull is not derived from animals. It is produced synthetically by food ingredient companies. I don't know. I've heard conflicting arguments regarding that. I've heard it's bull sperm is what I've heard. So, I don't know.
Wasn't there something back in the day, like, it made you a powerful warrior, it made you stronger if you ate the bull's nuts or like a buffalo nuts or something like that?
Bro, your guess is, I am not qualified. I am not qualified to answer that question. I am the wrong person. Dude, I'm a C student. You went to school with me. I copied off of you, remember? So,
yeah.
So, what's funny? Here's a fun fact. I was actually copying off of T. Swin and back in driver's ed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was this girl in our class named Kabuti. So Kabuti and Blue Eyes. What was her name? You had Kabuti and you had what was her name? Oh, it was crazy.
Man, we called her Kabuti because she had a big old booty.
Her booty was bigger than my
head. But
she
had chest hair and a mustache.
Yeah. And there was this girl named Sydney. I don't know what it was. I used to have a thing for like light-skinned African-American women with blue eyes. And her name was Sydney, but she had dragon breath.
Oh, yeah.
She was fine as fuck.
I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. She was fine as fuck, but she had dragon breath. Oh, my God. Nothing is the greater turnoff than a woman with bad breath. God damn, dude. Really? Seriously. How do you fuck that up? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know.
Our driver's ed teacher was a
drug dealer.
Undercover cocaine
dealer.
Yeah,
bro. He's like, does anybody have a cellular phone? You're dead. Yeah, what was his name? Mr. What was his name?
I can't remember his
Mr.
name.
Lowe or Mr. The dude was crazy.
He was asking kids in the class that they have a cell phone so he can make a phone call, and everything all his examples dealt with measurements and cocaine.
Bro, this dude was amped. No, like, I shit you not. Before Red Bull even existed, this motherfucker was on Red Bull.
He was
this boy was amped the fuck up. Like, you're dead. Does anybody have a cellular phone? I'm like, we're all like, just kind of like, wow, dude, this dude is really on some shit.
And he would be talking about shipments and all kind of stuff.
You know what's funny, though? He never lasted, though, because we had Mrs. Kyle.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Mrs. Kyle finished. Yeah, Mrs. Kyle actually did our fundamental, our performance test. Yeah. That dude was gone.
And she was cool. Yeah, that dude, he didn't last too long. Man, one time he said, all right, this is an example. Let's say you filled the Astrodome up with cocaine, right?
You did say that.
And then we sitting in the class, all the kids are looking like, what the hell?
That's a lot of cocaine.
Did he just say cocaine in the Astrodome?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Dude, all his examples pertain to cocaine.
Yeah, bro. This dude was probably like George Jung. Like, he had the long hair and everything. Yeah. He looked just like George, he was Georgie from fucking Blow.
His driver's ed teaching certification was a cover.
Dude, it was a front as far as I'm concerned.
He was good as a cover up for what he was really doing.
It was a front.
And he always had to step outside of class and use the phone.
Yeah.
And if you heard him, he was talking about shipments and weight all the time.
Yeah, bro. He didn't last very long.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to research him. I'm going to have to research him. Throw it off fucking driver's ed, dude. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a good time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One thing I love about high school, man, was the relationships that we had.
Yeah.
Relationships then, relationships now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have the same. One thing, like Drake says, is like, I don't want no new friends.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, like, not interesting. It happens. So we recently, today, we buried my grandmother today, and God rest, Miss Rose.
Yeah.
And everybody attended. Thank you for everybody who came. And even thank you for the people that thoughts, wishes, people that couldn't make it. I appreciate you anyway. Mm-hmm. I appreciate all the messages, the phone calls, the concern. To answer everybody's question, I don't really know what I feel. I'm kind of just fucking numb. Mm-hmm. It hasn't hit me yet. I'm a little upset, I guess, because of, I don't like to see my brother, in that state of mind. I could definitely tell that his cage was rattled, and I've probably seen him in that position maybe 3 times in my life. It's not a pretty picture. And all I could try to do is just be there for him, but then you can kind of see, how one person can just be so, you kind of see how one person just was so detrimental, or detrimental.
Center, man.
Yeah, or how this person could has influenced, or how this person has, moved people. When you sit there in those dinners, bro, those dinners are just flawless. I mean, that's kind of what it's all about. So it's,
the impact she had on everybody.
Exactly. And, people were kind of talking about like, how my grandmother basically just kind of was, like I said before, my grandmother's house was like a house full of stray cats. That's kind of the best way I could describe it. Grandma loved everybody.
Yeah.
And her motivation, or her common denominator, her love language was food. Anytime that, anybody would come over and they were kind of having a moment, she'd cook you some breakfast and she'd talk to you and this, that, and the other, and kind of make you feel better. And it was funny, like Big David, he came by. Shout out to Big David. Shout out to Big David.
Shout out, man.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah, so David was talking about.
My name, put some respect on it.
David was talking about at dinner. He's like, yeah, I remember I was having a moment. I came over and Grandma was cooking me some bagel bites and telling me, to get your shit together, and
Yeah, she
my
was
grandma
straightforward.
my grandma, she could definitely, she knows how to. She had the ability to, what's the word? Disarm you. Even when you were, violent, or if you were just kind of, outside of your character, she knew how to disarm you. Like, she knew how to kind of, tone you down and get you back into character, But it was a really great turnout. It just, people from our childhood were all there. And one thing that I really miss, and one thing that I cherish about my childhood, is my friendships. My friendships are non-negotiable. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
A lot of spouses don't understand that. Like when you have, it's almost like a brethren. I don't know if what the right word or the description of what this is. It's like we're a brotherhood.
The brotherhood, yeah.
But this involves girls too. So it's like, these relationships are non-negotiable, and this is kind of one thing that spouses don't understand. So they always try to run you off, and it's like, I'm sorry, guys, we're a package deal, And the weird thing is like, we're still friends to this day, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
Men and women. And the thing, and it's funny because I'm at dinner, and we have a mutual girlfriend, like a lady friend, not a romance, not a platonic relationship, a friend. I've had friends since we were skating, since we were children.
Yeah.
And it was awkward because it's like, I'm just having this conversation, we're just kind of just reminiscing on our childhood, and the spouse was kind of all, seemed like he was kind of getting his feathers ruffled. It's like, bro, I'm like,
is it a spouse?
Yeah, well, significant other, I don't know.
Okay.
I can't call it, but it was just kind of like, really, dude? It's not that fucking serious. And it's like, and the weirdest thing is like, they're always kind of like looking at you as if like, I want to fuck your girl. I'm like, nah, dude, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, this is, we are like brother and sister.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even look at them like that, nor will I ever. Because I had a buddy of mine, he was on a podcast saying men and women can never be friends. That I disagree with. Or I can never be friends with the opposite sex. That I disagree with. There's certain women that I've been friends with that visit me in the hospital, come and check on me, whenever things are bad, or they actually show up, to funerals, weddings, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want, like, dude, I don't want your woman. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know the crust of them. I know everything there is to know about them, and I can tell you what to do and what not to do. And this is why I don't. It's not why I don't want to be with them. So it's just like, but people just kind of like, they're just so all up in their feelings, and they're jealous, and then, like, for example, like with me and T Swin, like the prior spouse used to accuse. She was like, yeah, we're flying to Vegas to go buy a pool table. And I'm being accused of being gay. That's some, that's some gay shit. That's some gay shit.
That's some gay shit.
That's some gay shit, Tyrone. He's washing this man's clothes. Some gay shit.
Yeah. And, they just feel threatened. That's it. They just feel threatened. most of the people I've came across, they don't have the relationships that we have. They don't have the long life friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't. So they envy you or they feel threatened. Now, sometimes they feel like you're going to open your best friend's eyes up to their bullshit.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, well, that's why, like, most women don't like, okay. That's why, like, most women try to run off female friends because they're like, oh, they're going to be hip to my bullshit.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about that for an hour.
That's why a lot of them try to keep you away from your mama, too. They try to throw you a mama's boy. Yep. So they can play the little mind game and keep you away from your, because your mama going to read through the bullshit.
I got mind control over Debo. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
A woman knows another woman's games.
Yep. They can smell their bullshit. They can smell their bullshit a mile away. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I remember, man, I had a girlfriend. She told me one time, she said, oh, yeah. She said, us women talk to each other. We tell each other where to leave things at your house. So when we come there, we know where to look to show that another woman's been there.
Yeah, you know what's funny? My girl does that shit. She'll sit there and leave like drawers and shit over here, and she'll leave like fucking brushes and hair.
It was across the board. It didn't matter what color.
Oh no! My girl does that shit.
It was across the board. Asian, Hispanic, black. It's across the board.
All women do that. I don't give a. They want to sit there and like it's like a dog just sitting there pissing on everything. It's like they want to piss on everything.
Territory,
yeah, dude. They sit there and leave their fucking shampoo here, their makeup, their underwear. Their unmentionables, everything. It's like, really, dude? So it's funny, like, before I got serious, some girls used to do that shit, and I'm like, hey, you left your stuff here. you need to take that back with you.
You need to take shit with
you. You need to leave all your clues.
Yeah,
you need to take all your clues and take that shit back with you.
Yeah.
They be leaving clues for somebody else to find. I'm like,
what you doing spraying your perfume?
Bro, yeah, that shit pisses me off. I used to have a Colombian girlfriend. I used to fly in from fucking California, and she used to spray shit on my bed. I hated that, and I didn't even like it. I'm like, dude, this shit was horrible. I sit there and fucking, I'm like, don't do that again. And then she would sit there and be all, she'd be starting, like, we got into it one time. Yeah. And I was like, I actually booked her flight back home. I didn't even tell her. She said some stupid shit to me, and I'm like, what? And then she starts speaking in Spanish because I speak horrible Spanish. I'm like, if you got some shit you want to say, you fucking say some shit I fucking understand. And she starts saying some bullshit some more. I'm like, yeah, I'm sending your ass home. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I threw all her fucking shit. I threw all her luggage down the stairs. I'm driving her ass home. So I was driving her ass to the airport. I'm like, nah, I'm taking you home. You done lost your mind. So, yeah. And it's over some slick shit like this because I just called him out on it. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? You don't live here. You are not even my steady girlfriend. You're just somebody who I'm seeing for the moment. It's not even like official. Yeah. And that's kind of like the worst thing is like when you have motherfuckers that over here trying to like, lock shit down.
Trying to lock you down.
And it's not even official. We've been on 3 dates. Why are we bullshitting? We're on 3 fucking dates.
What are we?
What am I to you? We've only been on 3. I'm like, bitch, I literally had to count the days. With that one, I literally had to count the days. I'm like, I've only known you for fucking 52 days. Mm-hmm. Like, I literally had to count it down. And I'm like, you've lost your fucking mind. I've only known you for fucking 52 days. She had like 2 kids, and she was living with her ex-husband. It was all it was all over the place. And I'm like, no, negative, Nathaniel, nada.
That was a bag of shit just waiting to happen.
Oh, bro. And I even told her this, like, she would kind of call me, like, periodically, because she would call me whenever she was drunk. Mm-hmm. She would call me when she was fucked up or whenever she was drunk. She's like, I love you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, look, I'm like, you're cool and everything, but all seriousness, like, number one, she was older than me, and she already kind of hit, her value kind of hit the wall, and she was just trying to latch onto whatever she can get a hold to. Yeah. I don't know if I have that sound effect. Let me see.
The crashing car?
I don't think I have the crashing car. I have new sound effects though. So let me see what we got here.
Yeah, you gotta watch them old cougars, man. They know the game.
Oh yeah, they're trying to lock you down. Mm-hmm. Let me see what we got here. All right, we got that one. Let me see what else we got. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah. In current news, Bob Barker recently passed.
Yeah. Indeed he did. Bob Barker. In current news, Bob Barker died at 99. There's a lot of rumors that he used to put your hand in his pocket. A lot of news. A lot of news. They used to have a lot of fun with those backup dancers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard all kinds of interesting stories.
Showcase girls.
Yeah.
A new car. Yeah.
Put your hand in my pocket. What is it that you feel?
Come on down.
If I was a game show host, I'd be a dirty ass man too. So Bob Barker was dude. I don't give a fuck. But he was a dirty old man. It was what it was.
Be a Hugh Hefner, huh?
Mm-hmm. I have a question. Who do you think is dirtier, Bob Barker or fucking Pat Sajak?
I would say Bob Barker.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Pat Sajak just seems like creeper. I don't know. Maybe he's had so many fucking like his eyes pulled back to, you know.
He seemed like he's a smart dude. He seemed like he'd keep all this stuff on the wrap.
He's very smart. He's very smart, but he just seems like he probably has cocaine parties and shit. He just seems like he's a little off. I don't know.
Yeah, these parties get wild the higher you go up. Yeah.
Let's see. What were we talking about before? Let's see. Nerves. Let's see. Nerves, nervousness, and shitty toilets. Bad nerves. I think we were talking about that before. And let's see.
Oh, you kind of talking about like anxiety or something?
Yeah.
Like that? All right.
Okay. Whenever
do you have anxiety?
Yes. Yeah. Like, you know, it's weird because
what causes it?
Well, the original conversation I think we were talking about this on the phone. We were talking about 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And you were saying how he
said he still get nervous before he perform.
Yeah.
That surprised me.
You'd think that, you know, he's a master of his craft. He's master of his craft and he doesn't really get nervous about anything. Mm-hmm. Me, I only get nervous maybe like, well, the thing is like around crowds, I don't get nervous at all. I just kind of just don't even pay attention to them. It's kind of like the camera's on right now.
Yeah.
And we have viewers in 26 countries. And I don't even think about it all because the main thing is like once you kind of do this enough times, you're just kind of comfortable in your skin. Yeah. And even if you make mistakes, who fucking cares? It's like you're here to see me, you know, right? You know,
you don't see me.
You don't see me, Jack. You know, so
you smell me.
Yeah,
it's a Miyagi.
It's a Miyagi.
Ball number 9.
Ball number 9, bitch. But so the thing is like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like I just kind of learned how to turn that off. I don't get nervous when it comes to like a crowd, but one thing I do get nervous about is when I'm gambling.
Oh, for real?
Yes. So it's like, you know, especially like if you're coming off of a hard loss, you kind of have to get your game face on. And you have to kind of, because the main thing is like you have to be fearless. When you're dealing in denominations that I'm dealing with, you have to kind of learn to be fearless and then you have to learn how to turn that shit off. Yeah. So for me, I have like really bad anxiety and it fucks with my stomach, you know? So when it fucks with your stomach, off to the toilet, you know? Yeah. So in the very beginning, when I first started going, to the casinos, the first thing I would do is I would have to just sit on the toilet, you know? And I couldn't shit. That's the crazy part. I couldn't go, but I was just trying to get my mind right, you know?
Would it give you gas or bubble guts?
Yeah. But yeah. You know, and I just couldn't, I had to get it was kind of hard for me to wrap my mind around it because it's like, you know what? You can't lose.
Yeah.
You know, and I would have to kind of sit there and kind of like recite like rules.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain rules that you have to kind of abide by, you know, especially in high stakes gambling. Because the main thing is you got to stay out of your feelings. Yeah. You got to stay out of your feelings because that's how they get you. The way the casinos get you, shout out to LaBerge Casino. Thank you for your money.
Thank you.
So the thing is in gambling, okay, is like the best guy to watch is Dana White. He's never in his fucking feelings.
That's true, man.
You know, he just kind of gives you that look. It's like I just lost $60,000. Yeah. You know, and he's just like, all right, fuck it. You know, let's gamble. You know, so you kind of have to stay out of your feelings and just kind of keep it business. Okay, it's like at the end of the day, there's certain rules that you have to apply by, or there's certain fundamentals, or there's certain strategies that you have to abide by, and more importantly, you got to keep your eyes on the prize. If the game is bad, get up and walk away. You know, so because there's been many a times where I'm over here in my feelings and I'm over here pressing when I should be like scaling back. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't press when you're down. You press when you're ahead.
Yeah,
you always press with house's money.
You press with their money.
Yeah, you scale back. You know, when you're negative, so you can kind of, you know, get some momentum. Mm-hmm. And if the momentum is so far back that you lose half your bankroll or a third of your bankroll, it's time to switch tables or take a break.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of where people don't understand. They're over here pressing when they're down, and I'm like, bro, that's the fastest way to lose your bankroll.
Exactly.
You know, the reason, so the fundamental truth on how you can beat a casino is how much money do you really have? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, the best guy to kind of, to model high stakes gambling with is either Mickey Mays or Dana White. Okay. The reason why Dana White wins is because he has $1 million marker. Mm-hmm. If you have $1 million in cash or you have $1 million in credit, okay, and you're betting $15,000 a hand, eventually you're going to win. The reason why people lose in casinos is because you run out of money. You run out. But if you have an unlimited amount of money, it's like playing a video game in God mode.
Oh yeah.
The concept is the same. If you're playing a video game in God mode and you can bet as big as you want, progressive betting, you're not going to lose. You can't lose every hand. Even if the game is fixed. So it's like that's the reason why people win in high stakes gambling is because number one, there's no table limits, and then number two, if you have a marker or a line of credit that's greater than $1 million, you're not going to fucking lose. You have to be a dumbass to lose, or you're all in your feelings, or you're drunk, or you're playing with the wrong
stupid.
You're playing stupid, or you're playing with the wrong people on your table. So for me, I don't even allow people on my table. That's one thing I don't understand about some of these dudes. They're sitting there literally playing with amateurs, and they have people that don't deserve to be on your table. So, that's kind of like why when I get the guts or whatever, it's like either it's coming off a hard loss. Like if I lost like, $100,000 or some shit like that, and I got to go back there and unfuck my mind, I'm like, okay, I got to recover this $100,000. How do I do this? It's not going to happen in one night, folks. You could probably do it in maybe a week, but the problem is that the reason why most people fucking lose is they don't quit when they're ahead. And number two, they're trying to win exponential amount of winning, in one night, which is stupid. Okay. You can win, but you're not going to win exponentially. I would say maybe once every 6 months, you might have a night where you just wipe the floor with them, where you just, destroy them.
Yeah.
And usually what ends up happening is whenever you have a night like that, when you just wipe them out, you didn't have a big enough bankroll or they already got you first. And then you're over here in the recovery mode. Because there's been nights
you're getting back what you lost.
Yeah, exactly. There's been nights where I've lost like $60,000 and I'm like down to my last and I recover $60,000. I'm like, how could I not? Why was I not in the positive when this shit fucking happened?
Yeah.
I'm in the negative and I recover $60,000 and I go up maybe $5,000. So I won $60,000 and I'm like, this is bullshit. Fucking total bullshit. I'm over here on the recovery mode. Granted, the euphoria is off the chains. And the game was amazing, but it's like, God damn, dude, can I have something to fucking show for it?
Now I got a question for you, bro.
Go ahead.
Now with this anxiety, did it only happen with gambling, or was it prior to that? At what age
I would
and
say,
what you feel
say
caused
in the
it?
beginning. Okay, I can tell you this. I would definitely say that my anxiety in the very beginning was me not being assertive, especially when it comes to women. So I kind of feel that like if you are a teenager or you're raising young boys, the best way to kind of get them out of that being anxious, two ways to do it. One, teach them how to talk to women or teach them how to talk to strangers, public speaking, right? Public speaking is number one. And number two, fighting, actually getting into the ring, boxing, martial arts, jiu-jitsu, something like that. Actually, knowing that you're entering a situation that you may not walk out of or you're possibly going to lose in. Make sense?
Yeah.
So the concept is kind of the same.
You know what they say? They say like jiu-jitsu puts you in uncomfortable positions.
Right.
So you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And most people are uncomfortable on the ground. It makes you comfortable in that position. They also say yoga is another thing. Well, it puts you in uncomfortable positions.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was getting ready to mention yoga. I was getting ready to mention yoga.
Your mind.
See the fundamental. Okay, so here's the concept. This is my definition, and maybe I'm wrong. My definition of yoga is you're putting your body in such an uncomfortable position that you don't have time to focus on the shit that's making you anxious. That is the definition of yoga. It's going to put you in such a weird state of mind that I don't have time to worry about the bullshit that I'm artificially creating in my mind because like. When you worry, you're worrying about things that haven't even fucking happened.
Most of the time, yeah. Some shit ain't happened yet. You're thinking negative.
Yeah. You're literally creating. You're manifesting loss.
Yep.
You're manifesting your loss. And what you put into the universe, you get right back. So if you're creating loss in your mind, you're going to lose in your mind. So here's the thing. The reason why, like when I'm in the casino or when I'm driving to the casino, I got to get amped up. I'm jamming like fucking Metallica. Like,
and what do we say, man? You gotta visualize the win.
You gotta visualize the fucking win. So like, hold on. Hold on. Let me. I'm like, check this out. Like, they're probably gonna fucking block me, but I don't give a shit. So, but like when I'm jamming like fucking Metallica, it's like it's probably like this one here. Yeah, this one here. So like I'm literally like I'm driving, you know, my last 5-10 minutes. I'm on the road and I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I'm riding. I'm like, you know, shout out to Ferraris. You know, I'm riding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you gotta get your mind right. You know, it's like, you know, in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna fuck these dudes up, dude. You know, and I'm not joking. I'm like, you have to kind of just be in the zone. You know, like, all right. And you're already thinking about the number. Like, I'm gonna bet we're gonna go to table max, 5,000 a hand. You know, yeah, people, $5,000 a hand, dude. This ain't for amateurs.
Boom, boom.
So I'm just like, yeah, and I'm already visualizing, double down, you know, 10,000, you know, $10,000 hand. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then the main thing is, it's like, and I'm just literally just thinking about just fucking destroying this motherfucker, you know. And then, but you gotta understand, you can win $30,000 in 6 hands.
Yeah.
In 6 hands. You know what I'm saying? When everybody else is playing like a pussy band, $5, $10 hands, I'm winning 30,000. You know? Yeah. Yeah, people. But yeah. So if you want to know what's in my mind, bro, it's Metallica. You know? I'm jamming some fucking Metallica, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like, you know, but this is the fundamental, like what I was saying before, like Nikki Mays. Shout out to Nikki Mays and shout out to Dana White. The concept is the same. You could win big money, but you got to bet big money.
Yeah.
So the concept, the philosophy is this: all I got to do is win 6 hands. You got to win 6 hands, but the way you got to do it is you got to get up first. You got to get up to table max, and then you got to just put your dick on the line. But if you lose, it's not a big deal because it's their money.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a risk. It's 50-50. So the main thing is you got to press that hand to table max, and then when you win, you do it again. And the reason why is because if you play like a fucking pussy, you're done. You know what I'm saying? Because the worst thing you can do is sit there and you bet table max and you win, and then you scale down and you bet 3 hands, and then you win those 3 hands. That was $20,000, dude.
Yeah, you missed out. Yeah.
You just missed out, bro. Because opportunity don't knock twice. And at the end of the day, you know, you might get 1 good shoe, maybe 2, and that's it. It's over. You know, so whenever you hit that streak, you got to press the farm, and you have to have a bankroll to justify the farm. You know, that's how you win $100,000. The way you win $100,000 is you win 20 hands. You know, that's how you do it. You win 20 hands. Or if you're betting fucking retarded, you bet 10,000 a hand. You know, you can win it 10 times. You know, but that's how you do it. And that if you watch any of these major players, that's how they do it. You got to bet really, really, really big, and you can't play like a pussy. You know, so yeah, I've been wiped out many a times where I've, you know, done some stupid shit. I remember one time I think I lost like $30,000 in like 4 minutes. That was the longest drive home ever. You know, a quiet drive home. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, really, dude? And the thing is, I'm just so numb to it, you know, because I would tell my girlfriend, you know, I wouldn't even tell her. She just kind of knows. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. You know? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. You know? So then, like, 3 nights later, got it back.
Yeah.
You know, so the thing is like, you, as long as you're disciplined, I'll get it back. I'll win 7 one night. I'll win like 15 one night. I'll win 9 one night. There you go. $30,000. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Where you get killed is trying to do it in one night. Yeah. You could do it in increments. Like if you baby step it, you know, over maybe 3 nights a week or something like that, you could easily win $100,000 a week, $100,000 a month. Easily. But most people, they get their cage rattled, or they're over here trying to recover your losses. The biggest thing in gambling, people, stop trying to recover your losses. Okay, you lose, you take a step back, you recite, you kind of like visualize, okay, where you fucked up, or did you break your own rules? number one, did you break your own rules, or did you kind of go rogue, or were you in your feelings?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and for me, it's usually what ends up happening is like I'm having too much fun. For me, I'm having fun. Like there was one night, oh, you gotta love this. This was like about a month ago. I was up 17 grand. I was up 17,000, right? And I think at 4 bets, I lost it all. Yeah, I was trying to go to 30.
Yeah,
I was trying to go because
what happened?
What happened? No, here's what happened. I lost 30. I lost 30 the previous night. So, like I said, I broke my own rules. Broke my own fucking rules because the thing was, I'm like, I was trying to recover it quicker, and I'm like, okay, I lost 30. I'm like, let me try to recover it. I'm up 17, and the thing is, when you're at that pause, when the shoe is done and they're shuffling, and the dealer's kind of like looking at me like, you know, you need to go home, right? Mm-hmm. You know, they all love me. You know, even the pit balls are kind of like, David, what are you doing, man? Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, you already know you're gonna have a bad run after this, and that's exactly what happened. I think I bet like 2,000 the first hand. I lost. So we're at 15 now, right? So then I bet 4,000, right? Lost that 4. So what are we down to now? What we're down to like 11? So then I bet 5, table max. Lost, bet 5 again, right? Gone. And then that's it. I'm like, God damn, dude, 4 hands wiped out.
Yeah.
So that's like a definition of being in your feelings. Okay. And you're not thinking rational. You're thinking stupid, you know?
Thinking like the regular gambler.
Yeah.
The what you call it? Casual gambler, the weekend gambler.
Mm-hmm. Done that before. You know, there was one night. Here's usually what happens. Whenever you win big, whenever I've won big, because people have asked me, what's the most you've ever won in one night? 60,000. The most I've ever won in one night is $60,000. No, that's not true. 75,000. I take that back. 75 is the most I've ever won in one night. Mm-hmm. But it was the most traumatic. Yeah. It was the most traumatic experience. Yeah. It was horrible, bro. It was horrible. I think yeah. It didn't start out good. Yeah. I shit you not. I was down. Yeah. I was down to, I think, my last 2 bets. I think I had $4 grand. I think I had like $4,000 and I lost 30. Right?
Yeah.
And then what happened was I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, all right, what happens is when your mind goes to full tilt and you just stop giving, it's kind of like suicide by cop. You're like, look, just fucking kill me, bitch. Either kill me or I'm gonna kill you. I'm just shooting at, and I'm like, look, just kill me, bitch. Kill me. And they missed, you know? So the way that I'm describing it was I bet 2,000 the first hand. I won. Then I pressed the whole 2 to 4. I won that. Then I went to table max. I'm already in 3 hands. I was at 5,000. And then I'm like, so I bet the 5 and I won that. And then I bet 5 again and I doubled down. So I bet 10 and I won that. And I was like, God damn. So I won $14,000 in like 3 hands. So then I said, fuck it. We're going to just let it ride. So table max. And then I doubled down table max. So I'm doubling down. So I got up to like 37,000 in like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? And then, so I recovered the 30 that I lost, and I think I went up like another 37,000 in like 12 minutes. I mean, you want to talk about the riding the lightning? Hold on. You want to talk about riding the lightning? Yeah. Hold on. We're gonna go through this one more time. Yeah. So I'm like, hit. Like I'm just like So the problem is whenever you're here's the thing. Whenever you're doing super retarded high stakes gambling, your eyes are dilated. Okay, your eyes are black. You can't even see the color of your eyes. Okay, and you're just like,
oh, you looking like a demon.
Yes. Yeah, and you're mad, bro. You're slamming tables, breaking. Bro, I think I broke this Rolex twice. You know what I'm saying? Because I hit the table so fucking hard. You know, and they just leave me alone. They already kind of, they just leave me alone. So, but they're just like, because what happened was when I was losing, I was shifting tables.
Yeah. I
think I shifted tables like 4 times. Yeah. Because I just couldn't catch a break. Yeah. So I switched tables. I think it was on the 5th table I switched. I went from fucking $4 grand, I think, to 75,000. It was fucking insane. You know, but you're like,
what time frame?
You're in from 12 minutes, 2 shoes.
I'm talking about the time from when you got there to when you left. How much time did you spend in there?
I mean, literally, this is what's going on in my mind, folks. So number one, okay, I probably had like about 4 Long Island iced teas, and I have like Metallica in my brain. So all your inhibitions are gone.
Yeah.
Gone. There. So you have like liquid fucking courage, dude. You ain't afraid of a goddamn thing, you know? And it's the weirdest thing ever when you're betting $5,000 in one hand. You're like, yep, nope, hitting 16s, you know? Dude, I hit a 17. I hit a 17 against a 9, and I got a 4.
Yeah. Oh,
They're like, yeah, bro. They were like, get this dude out of here. You know, because they thought it was cheating, you know? And I'm like, no, because you got to understand, if it's a lose-lose situation, it's like, fuck it. I'm hitting the 17.
Yeah.
You know? So, and I wiped the fucking floor with them. I wiped the fucking floor. I think that week I won like 80,000, you know, like cleared, you know, positive 80 grand that week. And I'm like, goodness fucking gracious. It was insane. So, high stakes gambling, you know?
Yeah.
So that week I bought a couple properties. I paid off a lot of debt, you know. And then the fucked up part, the following week, lost it all again, you know. Well, I lost half of it. I think I lost like 40 grand the following week. But the smart thing was,
but you did some positive with it.
Exactly. The most important thing whenever you do is whenever you win, you buy shit. You get rid of it. The worst thing you can do is just sit there and look at it and be a dumbass and take pictures. Like, no. You know, go pay this, pay all your taxes. Yeah, so that's what I do. I'll sit there and I'll go down to the tax office. I'm like, how much do I owe for this? Pay it. Bro, let me tell you about the biggest money launderers on the fucking planet. The fucking tax office. They don't give a fuck where that money comes from. They don't give 2 fucking shits. And I went there with bricks of cash. And they didn't look at me like nothing. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. They just gave me a printout. I was like, okay, what property? What's your ID? Boom, 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 boom. They didn't ask me for a driver's license. They didn't ask me for fucking shit. And I'm at the fucking court.
We'll take care of it.
I'm at the fucking court. Yeah. I'm at the municipal court at tax office. They didn't ask 2 fucking questions on where that shit came from. They're like, we don't care if you robbed a liquor store. You paid your taxes with it? Okay, no problem. That's fine. We'll take all your bloody money. Yeah. Yeah. Biggest money launderers ever. Tax office. Yeah. True story. For real, for real. Yeah. That's some funny shit. They don't ask no questions. They didn't ask me for an ID. They didn't ask for shit. I remember I went up with that bitch for like fucking $24,000. I paid off like 3 property taxes. 3.
Yo, I gotta take a break.
Yeah, gotta go? All right.
Yeah, old man.
Old man syndrome? All right, stand by. We get out of NASCARs, people. Yeah. Our chairs are like NASCAR. T-Swin's gotta burn. All right, I'm gonna find some cool old school. All right, enough of Metallica. All right, let's see what we got here. All righty, stand by. I'm going to find some cool old school. There's this old school song I like jamming. Excuse me. I think I opened up I don't think I opened up my show. I don't remember. Shout out to T-Swin. I'm actually going to take a break too. I got to fix the turntable. 1 second.
Go. Famous slide. Now, once again, man, shout out to Monster Rehab. The energy drink that gives you energy and rehydrates you, as you just saw.
That stuff's pretty amazing.
Boom, boom. Old school.
I can't wait, baby. I can't wait all alone. I can't wait.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey. Old school WAP. Hey. Boom, 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 boom.
You know I love you, even when you don't try.
Boom. A little story time with T real quick, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
You seen how DJ Super Dave was on the ones and twos, man? Me and my twin brother, 7 Deuce, aka Mr. 20 Twin. We would do shows sometimes, and David was our DJ in the back, man, cutting and scratching, man, queuing us up.
Yep.
So, man, we recorded our first raps at Dave's house.
Dude, I've been DJing, fucking since I was 12, I think, right?
And that's some amazing shit, man. When you with your best friends, and y'all got the crowd rocking.
Yeah.
That's an amazing fucking feeling when you enjoy that journey and that ride together. That's an amazing feeling, man.
Check out them turntables, man. Those are custom Gold 12s.
Exactly.
There's only 5,000 of those in existence. They don't even exist anymore. You can't even find them. And what's it called? It was interesting. Like when I first started fucking DJing, I didn't even have remember I had a broken turntable with no belt, right?
Yeah, you had to borrow our belt.
I had to borrow the belt from their belt. Yeah. I had a broken ass turntable.
Yeah. We used to take the belt off my mom and dad's record player and bring it over.
I used to borrow it so I could actually get my fucking turntable to work. So then I think I did all kinds of weird, odd jobs to go buy my first Technics 1200.
Yeah.
Which I still have in the other room. I still got that thing. And what's it called? And then shortly afterwards, I was working at the skating rink as a DJ there. And of course, I never got any notoriety there. Because what happened was the radio station came there one time and they just treat you like shit. They're like, yeah, you ain't shit. You're just a local guy, blah, 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 blah. And somehow I just refused to fucking like let off. I'm like, I'm going to work for you guys. And it took me about 2 years.
Yeah.
I think it took me about 2 years to really get on, but I was 16, like getting paid, and there's one thing I can just talk about, is about perseverance. It's like, if you want something bad enough, you will make it happen.
Yeah, you'll get it.
But the main thing is you can't quit.
Yeah.
The most important thing is you can't quit.
Man, if your heart desired, you're going to get that shit.
Yeah.
You're going to get it.
Yeah.
Everything I've ever really wanted, I've gotten.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then what you also realize is the accomplishment, like, the actually getting to, what's the word? It's always the journey. It's never what do they say? It's the journey. It's not the destination. It's the journey. It's the journey there. It's not the destination, because once you're there, you're there. You're like, and it's kind of like once you kind of experience certain things, it's like, okay, I need a better experience because I've already done the journey already. I already know what to expect. And this is kind of the problem, I guess, in like some relationships when you try to, because I think you talked about this in one of our very first shows. We're talking about like when you take women on trips and this, that, and the other. It's like, I'd rather just kind of deal with somebody who's never been here before.
Never done it, yeah.
Because if they already know what to expect, they're not going to appreciate it.
No.
They're not going to appreciate it. You don't
want to be on a trip with somebody and they talking about how their ex took them there. They did all this shit with their ex.
Or it's just the fact that they've already been there already, that they're not going to appreciate it. So, but I would definitely say that, if you don't quit, things eventually work out. It really does. But the main thing is you just got to put the work in, and you always have to think outside the box, because sometimes things are set up for you to fail. For example, I'm a real estate investor, and when I first got in this business, there's a lot of doors that are designed, to prevent you from growing, So I had to kind of do things very unconventionally. I had to kind of think outside the box, and I had to start getting, money very creatively. So, and that's kind of how I, honestly, in all seriousness, people ask me, like, how'd you get involved in this shit? The truth is I owed a lot of money. I created a lot of debt when I first got into real estate because nobody would give me a loan. I couldn't get a loan from anybody, and the only way that I could exponentially try to make money to kind of take care of these bills that were kind of just recurring every month was gambling. That is the God honest truth. It's like, because people are going to ask you, how the fuck did you get involved in this shit? I had a lot of debt, people. I owed a lot of people money. And I had no other way to do it because I couldn't get a loan. No people, the problem is when you're middle America or, the thing is when you need money, okay, or I would say if you don't need money, people are willing to give you whatever you want. But when you do need money, people are always going to close doors on you. They're like, well, you don't qualify or you don't make enough or your tax returns don't reflect this and blah, 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 blah. It's like you were set up for fucking failure, people. I mean, the system is designed for you to fail, period. And the only way that you can, the way you can actually win and win exponentially is you have to learn how to kind of beat the system at its own game, period. It's no different from me playing with a casino. The way you beat a casino is if you have more money than them, then you can beat them. And you understand your basic fundamentals of what to do and what not to do, then you can beat them. So the same concept is in lending, and the same concept is in investing, and this, that, and the other. So the concept is if you have somebody who's willing to give you whatever you want, right? So the people that loan me money will continue to loan me money because their philosophy is how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go?
Exactly.
As long as you pay me every month, we don't give a fuck. It's almost like borrowing the money. It's like borrowing money from the mob. The concept is kind of the same, except they're not going to break your legs. They'll just, they'll just fucking ruin your credit and foreclose your house.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I don't really have that problem, with people that loan me money. But the main thing is transparency. The other thing is don't bite off more you can chew.
Yeah.
And I made that mistake really bad in the very beginning because one thing I didn't understand in the very beginning was I didn't understand the difference between a deal and a good deal. And shout out to Robert Harold. I actually talked about this on my Facebook. Robert, he one thing that he taught me was he's like David, he's like, your chapter 4 is not my chapter 12. And the thing is like he has a lot of experience in what he does, and it made a lot of sense. So for example, like in the very beginning and very interim in anything, including anything that you get involved in, right? You have to kind of understand that there's levels to the shit, and just because something is available to you doesn't mean that it's good. You can make rookie mistakes, so just because something may be a deal, it may not be a good deal.
Yeah. Also, it might not be your time.
Exactly. So, for example, like my neighbor called me the other day. Asked me to go look at a property with him. And I'm looking at this thing. It was a multifamily. It was a duplex over there downtown. And they wanted like 140 grand for it. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, dude, this is nothing but a fucking problem. I mean, it's just screaming, no. But he's over here thinking it's a great deal. And I'm like, bro, you buy this property, bro. This is the biggest rookie mistake you ever make in your life. And because, I mean, dude, it had 7-foot ceilings on both floors. It had no parking, like it was basically additions upon additions upon additions upon additions. There's no amount of money that could unfuck what has been fucked, and only somebody that would buy this property is a rookie, somebody who has no experience. So I was kind of telling him, like, look, bro, I'm like, your chapter 1 is not my chapter 12. I'm telling you right now, my advice to you is walk away from this, because the reason why that person who offered more for this backed out of it is because they understand, they have enough experience to understand you're buying a problem. This is not going to work. It doesn't matter how much money you put into this, because at the end of the day, you will not see fruit of your labor at the end because it has 7-foot ceilings.
Yeah,
you have no parking. No parking. So it's going to be difficult, even if you clean it up, to convince somebody to pay you good money for this. That is a slumlord special.
Yeah.
And I told him
to take it over or either want to occupy it.
I told him it's a tear down. My advice to you is if you buy it, tear it down, because it's just so far gone, it doesn't make sense. Because what it would cost for me to build this new would be cheaper than for what it costs for you to rehab this. And for what they're asking for it is more than what it's worth. So I told them, walk away, And again, but that's my years of experience, But the old me, the very beginning me would have bought it. I'm like, hey, I got a duplex and this, that, and the other. And I'm going to clean it up and blah, 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 blah. No, dude. Yeah, I made a lot of those mistakes. Those are rookie mistakes. So just because something may be available to you doesn't mean that it's, number one, it's good for you, and number one, it may be a deal, but it's not a good deal.
Now, how far along was it before you was able to get knowledge from somebody else in this game?
What's interesting? Never. Everything that I'm telling you,
Trial
everything
and
that I
error?
learned was trial by fire. Because the thing is everybody wants to see you do well, but they don't want to see you do better than them. They're not going to give you the game, bro. They're not going to give you the keys. Beep, beep. They ain't going to give you the keys to the Jeep. Vroom. That ain't happening. So at least in my circle, never. Because I was the lone wolf. Because people in the beginning, people didn't fuck with me. People didn't respect me. People laughed at me because they're like, "Why are you buying these trashy properties?" That was the biggest thing, is because at the end of the day, that was all that was in my wheelhouse. Is all that I could afford.
Yeah.
So whether we were in the ghetto, or whether we were here, or whether we're in Oak Meadows, or whether we're in Galveston, wherever, I just made the best of the situation for the cards that I was dealt. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do the best that I can for what I got. So I didn't care where it was. But one thing I did do is I tore them all down. I tore everything down to nothing and started over because I just kind of wanted the training. I wanted the experience.
Yeah.
And the biggest experience that I got, was just dealing with all the wrong people. And that is really, that is half the battle.
Shit, that's
is
life.
identifying the wrong people, because they are not looking out for your best interest. They're looking out for themselves.
Yeah.
They're looking out for themselves.
That's life, man.
And I'm having that shit. So the biggest problem that you're going to have as an investor is manpower. Period. Manpower. Okay. Just because somebody says they can do something doesn't mean that they can do it on your timetable. So the biggest problem that I have, even to this day, is you have people that overpromise and underdeliver, and they can't do it on a timetable. So, and I said this before about liquidated damages and this, that, and the other. People that work paycheck to paycheck don't understand what liquid damages are. They don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. So if you fire them, they don't care. They're just going to go off and go somewhere else.
You go somewhere, yeah. Next
exactly.
time.
They don't care. They don't give a fuck.
They're going to game somebody else.
Exactly. So you have to kind of fundamentally understand that, and don't lose no sleep over that, and just kind of understand, it's like, you know what? I cannot afford to sit here and bitch and whine and stop production. You're just going to have to tough it out. That means you got to, play a couple more hands. You need to double down, or you need to do something, but you're going to have to make up that cost some way, somehow. Give you another example. I bought this 2-unit opportunity, and my lender shorted me. They shorted me. They'd like, "Look, we believe in you, but we don't believe in your project. So we'll give you this much. We're not going to give you all of it, and you got to buy it." Normally, the way lending works is they'll buy the property for you and give you all the renovation. All you pay is origination fees and closing costs. In this situation, they were like, "Look, we don't really kind of fuck with this area. We fuck with you, but don't kind of fuck with this area, So we're going to kind of maybe give you a little bit to kind of get your feet wet, but make it happen. Make it work, Remember when Smokey, she gives him $1, it's like, "What can I do with this?" She's like, "Make it work." That's kind of how I felt. So I ended up tearing them fucking properties down and started over. But the thing was the money that they gave me wasn't enough to kind of get it done. So I kind of offset casino money into this, but I tore them down. But the beauty of it is there's over there's over 6 figures in equity in this project, which I'm about 70% done with. So in theory, about maybe 30, 45 days, I'll recover that money back. So I'm not really too worried about it, because at the end of the day, I created something that's brand new, never been lived in, and the money's there. So again, this is kind of what I was saying. Sometimes you got to think outside the box, and you can't be all in your feelings. It's like, okay, they shorted me. That's fine. I'll recover it from this project over here, or I'll recover from this weird source of income, and we'll bring it here, and we'll clean it up, and then we'll turn this into equity. So that's the way you got to look at things. And so this is kind of like the story of my life, and this is kind of like why people think I'm fucking rogue. He's like, "This dude's crazy," And I'm like, "Well, sorry, this is the way I do things." So and so the other thing which I learned how to turn trash into treasure. I'm buying the dog shit.
Yeah.
And I learned how to turn the dog shit into my salary. And I don't take orders from nobody. And all my casino wins. When my casino wins, I buy the dog shit, and I turn the dog shit into treasure. And so on and so forth and so on and so forth. And it's basically I just took it's like somebody recycling trash. That's the best way I could describe it. I'm the garbage man. I'm Tony fucking Soprano. And but the thing is, I don't lose sleep over that. I don't get anxious over that. Because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
so
you got the experience now.
Yeah. I'm not nervous about any, and these things are trouble. They could be rat infested. They could be fucking termite infested. I'm like, okay, we'll just tear it down.
Was it a box of shit realty?
Yeah, a box of shit realty. Yeah, $10 tacos. But again, these are kind of things that I manifested. It wasn't easy. And I mean, anybody, I'm not even joking, people. I mean, there's been many times where, I mean, it stressed me out beyond my limits because I was trying to make things work and they never worked. And it was like, I'm just like beating my head against a fucking wall.
Putting a square peg in a circle.
It wouldn't work. And so what I realized was I was out of my element. I'm over here worried about what other people see. The problem here is what I'm guilty of. I was always worried about what other people were doing, and I was trying to copy them. Well, how come so and so is always winning, and how come I'm never winning? Why is he always, hitting ground rule doubles and home runs and this, that, and the other? I can't even get on. I'm lucky to get a base hit. So for the longest time, I was always kind of comparing, and that's the worst shit you could ever do. That's the worst shit you could ever do because you don't know their trauma.
Exactly.
And more importantly, you don't know if they really did hit a home run or not.
Exactly.
They're just posting shit to kind of make you feel some kind of way. It's like, well, why are they winning?
A shit show behind the scenes. Exactly.
And then later on, you hear about the shit show. It's like, damn, this dude's broke. This dude's broke. He has 2 mortgages on this, and I'm like, well, at least I got to the finish line. And then I start getting phone calls like, how are you doing? I'm like, dude, I know. How are you doing it? That's kind of my question because I'm like, I don't understand these lies that you're telling.
Exactly.
Bro,
we used to have this cat, man. Me and Twin got signed to this cat out of New Orleans. And in appearance, he looked like he had everything going on. The jewelry, the cars, properties. Come to find out this dude didn't have shit. He didn't have nothing. He was bumming rides.
TC, right?
And
TC.
My house was bigger than his house.
Yeah.
It was like, on the outside, it looked like he was winning, like he had everything.
Yeah. Usually, that's kind of a red flag. People that are kind of really ostentatious, that are just kind of all out there, that the ones that are barking the loudest.
Had the Bentley, had the Hummer, all kind of
I know you're talking about.
Chains, man. Roll stacks of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of it, he was beating people up.
Yeah.
He was a bully.
Yeah, I tell y'all something about that. We was on me and Twin was on the same label with Hot Boy Ronald. if y'all know, if you from the South, Hot Boy Ronald. And we used to see people all the time at Chopper Style, man. People from No Limit. We seen a lot of people, man. And a lot of cats were not living like they were portraying themselves to be living.
No, most of them artists are fucking broke, dude. They're like literally paycheck to paycheck. They ain't making shit, bro.
Nah, cut that.
Yeah, this was his label.
JMK from JMK Productions and On Fire Records. I got my round Hot Boy Ronald about to come in and do this thing right here.
Hot boy Ronald.
Hey.
Hot boy Ronald.
Hey.
Hot boy Ronald. 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 Hot boy Ronald.
Now if you got your thongs on,
Clap your hands.
If you keep your coochie clean, clap
Keep your
hands.
coochie clean.
clap your hands.
Is that something to brag about?
Clap your hands. Now check this.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's supposed to be something that you're already doing.
Hello. What? You're on the air live. What's going down? Daddy, you need to come get me right now.
Yeah, that's
It's 1 o'clock.
That's a true story.
Yep. But yeah, man, what I had to kind of learn is I had to learn to stay in my fucking lane, period.
Yeah.
So what I realized was like, look, I had to kind of create my manifesto. I was talking about this morning. I was talking about like my, my relationship with God.
Yeah.
And this is kind of where you are, and we'll probably close the show on this. What you manifest, what you create, what you put into the universe, number one, never worry about what somebody else has. Always stay in your lane. Because what may appear to be greener pastures somewhere else may not be what you think that it is. It's sometimes people are just painting a really fabricated picture, you know. And the best thing to do is stay in your lane, and that's kind of what I learned. And it took me a very, very, very long time just to learn and just be grateful, you know, to kind of just stay in my lane and just to kind of just do my thing, you know, and more importantly, stop seeking validation, stop seeking people's approval.
Yeah.
You know, for who I am as a person, just because of what I do. Because everything that, you know, on the surface, you know, I'm an open book. So I'm not lying about things, but people always got some shit to say. Oh, well, you know, we don't know about you. You're kind of a wild card. I'm like, well, at least I'm being honest about who the fuck I am, you know? You know, so, and then from there, I just stopped seeking people's approval.
Validation.
I just stopped caring. I stopped giving a fuck. You know?
Yeah, the older you get, man, the more you stop giving a damn.
And then what you end up finding out is you start finding out you got a lot of closet fucking what do you call them? Fans. You know, they're like, we really gonna root for you, dude. You know, it's like, we really love the shit that you're doing, but I'm not allowed to tell you that I like you.
Exactly.
I'm not allowed to tell you that I like you and you're fucking awesome and I wish I was you.
Yeah, we had this conversation off camera.
Yeah, exactly. Because exactly, because you literally get all this praise off camera. Off camera, you're getting all this praise, but like, you know, around peers and colleagues and this, that, and the other, you wear the scarlet letter, you know, and that shit used to really piss me the fuck off, you know, and so I realized that I'm like, okay, I got to draw an imaginary line, you know, in the sand, and I need to create a manifesto. So. And the manifesto, what I mean is like what you put into the universe, you get right back. And the biggest thing with me was, and this is still to this day, you know, is people have a difficulty communicating with their higher power.
Yeah.
You know, and the problem is with a lot of people, including myself, is how do you know that you're connected? How, you know, my definition of talking to God or talking to your higher power, if you're you know, your higher power, right, is it's kind of like tuning into your favorite radio station. You know, you're 99.1 and you hear noise. You're tuning in, you hear the noise, but when you're actually locked into the channel, you get the green light and you hear it and you're crystal clear, right? You hear the song and everything's great. You're like, oh, this is awesome. It's great. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is like when you're doing things blindly with faith, you don't know if your channel's connected. So you don't know when you're communicating that it's actually being uplinked and it's actually being received, right? The other definition of, you know, of that is like, okay, if you're over here, you're on the phone. Hello, Dad, you got to come get me. Dad, you got to come get me right now. I'm not waiting. I'm not going to catch an Uber. Daughter?
Yeah, that's my good. That's my baby. That's my baby.
It's my baby.
Now go ahead, bro.
All right. So the main thing is like whenever you're on the phone or whenever you're dialing, you know, you're dialing the number and like, all right. The main thing is you want to make sure you're dialing the right number. And people's faith, or sometimes people think that they're not dialing the right number. I got news for you people. There is no wrong number when you're dialing to your higher power. Okay. Your prayer, the definition of a prayer is more like a text message. You know, the main thing is you got to believe. You can't be fake. You know, so whenever you sit there and you get on your knees and the penitent man, you know, you're penitent and you're like, you know what, Lord, I'm going to put this on you. Okay. These are the situations that I got and I don't know how we're going to accomplish this, but we got it. This is something that needs to be accomplished. But more importantly, don't always go to the Lord with your fucking problems. Be grateful. You know,
Exactly.
So when things work out, you're like, you know what, God, thank you. You know, you're really looking out. I mean, good looking out. And you have to kind of do this on a daily basis. So whether things are good or whether things are bad or whether things are good or whether things are bad, you always got to be grateful and just like, look, whatever it is that you're trying to teach me, you know, for example, I might have like a really rough week. I'm like, God damn, dude. I'm like, what is it you're trying to teach me? You know, you have to kind of always be in your faith. It's like, okay, well, clearly this is your will. This is whatever it is that you want. You know, this is your will.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna have to roll with you. You know, with that eye, and I'm gonna roll with you.
Mama don't pray for me. I don't beg.
No. Yeah. So that's kind of where I am. So the main thing is like whatever it is that's being bestowed in front of me, whether it is good or whether it is bad, it is God's will. And you have to accept that. And if you don't accept that, that means you're basically you're disobeying, and it's not really disobeying, but you're what's the word? Blasphemy. You're being disrespectful to your Lord. It's kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you a cup of water.
They call it unwavering faith.
Yeah, so it's
You know
kind of
what
like,
I'm saying?
so the Lord is basically giving you some coconut water. You're like, I don't want that. I want soda. Fuck that. So, oh yeah? All right. Now you get nothing, So the concept is kind of the same. He's like, all right, bitch, I'm going to starve your ass. Go to the corner, So the concept is kind of the same.
Yeah.
So whether things are good or whether things are bad, or whether things are good or whether things are bad, you always be gracious, because you could wake up blind. You could wake up deaf. You could wake up with no family. You could wake up with all kinds of ailments. The people are so worried about the superficial, and they're so worried about this and that and this and that. It's like, look, dude, be grateful you have what you got.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have to be extra grateful that you have what you got, or you ain't going to get more. You can't just be just a little grateful. You got to be a lot grateful.
Yeah. Take time to smell the roses, count your blessings.
Yeah. Count your blessings and bless other people. And that's when God looks out. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing is like, I would just say this. I never fuck off, my winnings on bullshit. Never. The only thing I might buy is maybe a pair of glasses. That's about it. And I'll pay some card bills. But you know what I take care of? Families. I take care of a lot of families, people. So that money may be whatever you want to call it. You call it dirty, call it whatever. I pay taxes. I pay families. I take care of people. I take care of the people that matter. And that's why I stay blessed. This is why I continue to somehow, some way, recover somehow, some way, so I can go back and fight another fight. Because one day, I actually said this on my live. I'm like, you know what? One day, I want the Holy Spirit to come down and bestow upon me, and I want to fucking annihilate them. Like fireball,
With the hand of God.
I want to annihilate them. I want to fucking annihilate them. We're talking like 500,000 or something crazy. And then after that, I'm actually going to retire. I'm done. I'm like, you know what? I'll have my closure, and I'm done with the sport. I think it's time to move on to greener pastures.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Mike Tyson said, I was watching this documentary of Mike Tyson, and it was very profound. He was like, he was talking about, the greatest 3 years of my life, where I was? In prison. And the guy was like, well, why would you say that? You're making $30 million a fight. He's like, Jay-Z and blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, man, but I didn't have any balance. I didn't have it together. He's like, I didn't have my balance. I didn't have I was off. I didn't have my peace. I didn't have my balance. And I could definitely kind of say that when you're kind of in an environment like mine, you never have peace. You never fucking have it. I'm telling you, people, when you're in an unstable, environment, it may seem great on the surface, but you got no peace. And when you have no peace, you won't sleep good at night, and you're always gonna have anxiety, and things will never sit right, even if you win. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this: the faster your money comes, the more trauma that's tethered to it. The faster your money comes, the fast money has strings attached to it. And those strings that are attached to fast money is trauma. So you got to ask yourself, are you willing to go to bed with that trauma? Are you willing to sacrifice whatever it is that came along with that? What I'm saying? There's shadows that come along with it. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth it? As long as you can deal with that, then more power to you. But I'm kind of at a place in my life where I'm really, in theory, I want to hang it up. I want my peace, and I feel like Mike Tyson. Sometimes people need a massive reset. They need to start over, and less is more, so if I was to lose everything tomorrow, if I was to lose all my properties and go bankrupt and this, that, and the other, it's like, well, I can always go home. I can always go home and eat ramen. I go home to my brother used to say that. It's like, I can always go back to grandma's house and eat ramen. I'm fine. And people need to kind of understand that we have fundamental, humble beginnings. You know, and as long as you have that mindset, that's like, you know what, so my mindset is I'm gonna press House's money until I gotta go home. I'm gonna keep pressing until I gotta go home. You know, if I lose, then I accept that. But right now, you know, I'm gonna press on House's money because number one, I want to see how far down the rabbit hole I can go. I want to see if I can, you know, if the Holy Spirit comes down and it bestows upon me a fireball, where maybe maybe the Holy Spirit is like, you know what, David, we're going to give this to you tonight, but we're going to hold you accountable. If you say you're out, you're out. You know, we're going to give you what you want, but you fuck up, we're going to put you in the corner. You know, so you got to be very careful what you wish for. So in a perfect world, it's like, you know what, if I was to kind of recover, you know, X, Y, Z in my mind, or even any something even close to that, I'm like, you know what, man, I think I've earned the right to kind of like hang it up, and I want my peace. You know, I would like to get on with it. I'd like to get on with my life and kind of try something different, greener pastures, easier pastures, or just quieter pastures. You know, because after a while, it's like, you know, I've never heard of a gangster that had a good retirement policy. You know,
Exactly.
most gangsters don't retire well, you know? So, you know, for me, I'd rather just kind of quit while I'm ahead, you know, and try something different, you know, and I'm being dead serious. I mean, because a lot of people glorify this life, and I'm like, I'm not glorifying it. It's just something that I do. It's something that I do to survive until something better comes along. And I have that conversation with my higher power all the time. Like, God, if you have something better for me, show me now. You know? So, and what I ask for, and it's just kind of, I think it would give me closure or give me my peace that I want, is I want that fireball where I literally annihilate these people, you know, because I deserve it. You know, I want that fireball where I just absolutely fucking destroy them. And I'm like, okay. I have my giant bag of money, you know, because that's how they pay you. They pay you in like a giant cellophane bag of money. It's like, you know, with a wheelbarrow to the fucking car, like Mattress Mac.
Like Mattress Mac,
yeah. Like, and it's falling out the fucking wheelbarrow. It's like,
exactly.
You know, but the thing is like, look at Mattress Mac. You know, best example, he won $75 million in a sports bet, but I can imagine how much he's lost.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And I think, but you don't hear about him gambling anymore. You don't hear about it. You know, so I kind of feel that, you know, you have to kind of have to have that mindset where it's like, look, I'm done. You know, I whatever closure I need, I got. And I would like to have my peace. You know, and so and I'm just kind of using this as an example. So whatever it is in your life that kind of just basically robs you of whatever that peace is, then you need to reevaluate things. You and that could be a job, a relationship, you know, because there's a lot of people that go home to loveless marriages, and it robs them of their peace.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to have that inner strength where it's like, look, I can't do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care if I lose my house. I don't care. A lot of people walk away from everything and they lose everything, but they have their peace.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's kind of the same concept, like what Mike Tyson was describing. He made $400 million, and he went from 400 million to nothing. And he got his peace, and then he got his 400 million back.
Yep.
But he's a happy person, you know, and he's the master of his domain. So, I don't know. You have any examples?
Jeez, man, that's one of the best ones, man. Because he was, we would say he was at the top of his game.
From day one.
When
and
we
he
hear
was
from most people,
he was taken advantage of.
When we hear from most people, that's when they was at their lowest. On the outside, to us, they winning. But when you hear from them, they would say, man, that's when I was everybody was telling me, yes, I was doing this drug, I was doing that.
Yeah.
And they was on the verge of committing suicide, extremely depressed. And then they said when they got away from it or they lost all that, that's when they felt the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing he also said was the biggest punishment that somebody could ever be given is when you're given everything you want.
Yeah.
You know, that could be, it's really a curse.
Yeah.
You know, because the problem is, you know, you have to kind of be fundamentally like on your A game.
Yeah.
To appreciate what you got and how you handle it.
Yeah.
So, for example, it's like, okay, well, say hypothetically speaking, something, the fireball comes. I'm like, okay, all right, what am I going to do? And you got to ask yourself, because when the money really comes, you become a different person.
Yeah, exactly. It's money
like,
exposes your real character.
Yeah.
Another thing, like you were saying earlier, man, like you saying, like we saying, be thankful, count your blessings. Like the same faith you had and trust you had when you were working your way up to that position. Once you get there, man, still keep your faith in God.
Yeah.
Don't forget about God when you get to that position that you were trying to achieve.
Yeah. Because he could strike you down just as fast as he gave it to you.
Don't think that you got that all by yourself.
Yeah, he can put you in the corner and take it away from you, and then now look at your stupid ass.
Yeah, man. When I'm winning, I take time to give thanks and acknowledge where I came from, how I got there, and what miraculous things happened to me that couldn't have been nobody but God.
Yeah, there's no way. Yeah,
I was like, this happened, that happened, he made this happen. I ain't see no way out. This happened, nobody but God. Thank you, God. Thank you for everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so the main thing is like you got to find your peace, and it's not my place to sit there and gauge what gives it to you and what doesn't. But at the end of the day, it's like whatever it is that you're doing, you got to make sure you have your peace first. Otherwise, it's like you got to ask yourself, why am I doing this? And then so the main thing is, which a lot of people also kind of like lose sight of the big picture, is they start doing things for certain reasons, and then they lose sight of why they're doing it. And they're like, all right, dude, and then you're in a toxic situation, and you got to ask yourself, why the fuck did I even get involved in this, or how did I get involved in this? It's like we started out here, and now we're way left.
Yeah, this wasn't even in the plan.
No, no, not at all.
Yeah.
So
I let somebody distract me. I listened to some unproven bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We were out of time. You could have been anywhere else, but you are here with us.
Right here.
You are here with us. Us. Try this monster out. This stuff is fantastic. Fantastic.
The show is, man. You see how much energy I got.
This is great. Bro, I'm already out. I'm out.
I still got some in here, bro.
Got a shout out?
Man, shout out to the Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Big shout out to the Ponce family, man. Much love, much respect. Love y'all, man.
Thank you for everybody who came out.
Rest in peace, Miss Rose. We truly miss. She's an amazing woman. Miss you. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Thank you for coming back. Good to have you back, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Check out T Swin's Story Time with T. Dude, that's good. He's got a good one about robbing a bank.
Yeah.
He's got one about that's some gay shit. Oh hell, that's some gay shit.
Some gay shit, Tyrone.
But you wouldn't know. But you got to tune in.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe below.
Exactly.
Y'all be cool. Peace out, motherfuckers.